This is Aaron.
Corey.
Yo, man, we're gonna continue talking about Samurai Jack. Now, if you're okay with the way season 5 ended, and you feel like that was appropriate, you may not want to stick around because we're gonna go in for the win. We are.
Yeah, put out a video and you're not, like.
If we're not open to criticism and you don't know that it can be okay, so where do we start?
How about 50 years have passed and I do not age with time. How the fuck do you do that if it's not like the Dragon Ball universe where you wait for immortality you get with the Dragon Ball?
This is the thing I don't understand. You say they say 50 years
have passed.
But at one point, are they saying from in between when Jack first arrives in the future till now? But I mean, it doesn't make sense. Or across are they trying to say that 50 years happened across the original show?
Like we're so like right authority, like we are all so confused. Like you're not really explaining it, and that's another problem with the season. You didn't explain how all the characters age.
I mean, like I said, it's just like you just time skip. You didn't tell us what happened. Scotsman, my bruh, he been getting it in. Yeah. He been getting it in. Making them redheaded daughters, man. Oh shit. They think it's fuck.
Oh, that's another thing. Spoilers. And you didn't watch episode 5 or that right? Yeah, see the 5. You might want to click out of this because that is an important part of the part 2 rant. Go watch that episode.
Then come back and come
right.
back.
And then come back. Yeah, that's a spoiler that we're on talking about. Click out of the video now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, continue. The guy died. It was kind of fucking stupid.
Yeah, man. I didn't see. My whole thing is, what the hell has Samurai Jack been doing for 50? It's like ever since that episode where I think it was the last one was Jack and the Baby, which came out in like 2004. Yeah. He just walked off. I mean, we didn't know what the hell he didn't explain where the hell he got that nice bike and had all that damn staff and armor. They didn't explain that. Like, come on, who did you steal that?
Like out of nowhere, he get yelled up with the bike and armor, like
and the fucking guns and shooting people. Like
right there, like when we thought, like after we first watched the first episode of that day, and I'm like, this is like the Dark Knight Returns, but that right, yeah, I'm like, really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I just really feel like that's the next point. 10 episodes.
Oh, please don't get me started with the 10 episodes.
Okay, so Samurai Jack, the last episode of Samurai Jack from season 4 aired in 2003.
Yeah.
No, 2004. And we ain't hear nothing after that because I think Mako Iwamatsu, the voice actor for Aku, died. It just derailed the whole project.
R.I.P.
Rest in peace, man. But just the way that it was season 5 was presented, man. Like it just felt like they were trying to go a mile a minute with each and every episode.
Oh, and like. Yeah, I do think it's Adult Swim fought for that April Fool's joke.
The April Fool's joke.
The April Fool's joke, or do you think it was the Rick and Morty creator fought? What one do you think? Who fought?
Yeah, that April Fool's joke. That was a fuck. Whoever thought that shit was funny.
Yeah, that was not funny. Ooh, I had to wait a whole nother week for Dragon Ball Super. Thanks a lot.
That was some bullshit. That was some bullshit. Y'all know it. Okay, but
back on topic.
Back on topic. Why? Look, Samurai Jack's been gone for 13 years. What the fuck have you been doing for the last 13 years?
And how the hell you didn't get no footage in the last 13 years? Until now. Well, actually, you still didn't get
But you see, we don't know what Jack's been doing. There's a huge gap because I think it was episode like 42 to 45, one of those two, which was back in 2004, and then they skipped magically to episode 90. Like, what the fuck?
You can't do that with 30 animes.
I mean, you can't. I mean, that's like a 40 something, maybe more gap of episodes that have not been shown. Like, are you gonna fill that in?
Okay, it would be like a Toriyama for Dragon Ball, like in the Dragon Ball Z, like with Majin Buu after Goku left with Buu, and then out of nowhere, they 50 years have passed, but we see Goku with Buu, but we never got to see them afraid. Like, what the fuck?
I mean, he explains 50 years have passed, yet I do not age, but
how?
How? I mean, what? It's like, what did he do? Did he have a falling out with everybody and just did his own damn thing for 50 years and said fuck everybody?
See, that's another thing. Like, why did your ass try to reunite with the Yachtmen or your other allies?
You have allies.
In the beginning of season 5 to help you find the fucking Thor. Spoilers.
And if you did, ask them for help, why wasn't that shown?
And then another thing that ticked me off around episode 8 or 9, spoilers, if you didn't watch it yet, I showed up when Aaron Booth, because Aaron Booth told spoilers that Jack lost his sword. And then around episode 9 or 10, spoilers, everybody else showed up. But my problem is, why didn't they show up in episode 8 or 9 before they started fighting? I didn't like how waited 20 minutes to try to find a weapon and kill Jack. Spoilers.
It gave everybody time to basically come and rescue him. Come on now.
Nowhere.
Good, come on. And my whole thing is, how the hell did everybody know where the hell this is being broadcasted from?
Exactly.
How did everybody know where this shit was going to be at?
I mean, I don't think in the other season that they show up the Atu's head order or whatever. I don't remember.
I mean, because he has this big ass city. How the hell did you get? It's a big ass city. It could be anywhere in that whole damn city. How the hell do you know where this is being broadcast from?
And you mean to tell me that none of Atu men were alerted that they're friendly or nothing? And
they went straight for him. It's like wasn't nobody defending his ass at all. He was just like, oh fuck you guys, I don't need y'all. I'm just chilling.
And then another day, Atu needed to Brad Forward to adult to fight them. You would think he would need a giant forward. You'd be like, bitch.
Oh yeah, I think in the first season he was like, oh, get these bitch ass arrows out of here.
Why would he need a Red Forward to himself, with the mini army?
Yeah, it's like he basically, and then it's like he started taking over people and having them fighting each other and shit. Like what?
Atu was so fucking powerful. We saw when he did the spoiler Yachtman in episode 5 of the season. He didn't need the Red Forward to himself in the fight.
Little tiny versions of himself to fight.
Really? That was fighting live. And fighting really.
Yeah, and then it's fighting Krillin. Y'all. Hell no. But I'm just saying, then halfway through the fight, he's like, okay, I'm tired of this big ass Mondo bot beating me in the ass and shit. I'm just gonna go fly up to the damn sky. I'm just gonna rain big ass spikes and shit from the sky. Wow.
I'm he did that from the start, buddy.
And then the Ashi issue.
Oh God, where do we thought about that bitch? No,
well, she's not a bitch, but I'm just saying, look.
No, you the female. Sorry.
That it didn't work.
No.
And I just felt like it's a cliche where this girl has been raised to kill him. Literally, she's been a weapon raised, and all of a sudden she has a change of heart when Jack rescues her and some big ass monster swallows him, and he saves her life and carries her, and he walks through the damn creature and saves her and shit.
I'm glad you said that part. Okay, there were 7 spoilers. There were 7 daughters of Atu, apparently. That one bitch, what did he do, Aaron? Come on, what did that bitch do? You know what I'm talking about?
You talking about the mother?
Yeah, what did he do?
She drank the splooge.
Yeah, that was the but anyway, there were 7 daughters. Yeah, it was 6 out of 7 of them.
6 out of 7.
So you mean to tell me you leave one alive.
The thickest of them all.
Try to build up this romance fleet game that we seen for anime for over years and years.
Yeah, I've seen it before.
And then at the spoilers, at the end of the show, he is.
Okay, well, let's get to it. Hold on, let's get to it. We gotta ease into it. We can't just go straight forward. Okay, so then after the episode, she speaks about killing him, and she's starting to reconsider everything she's been taught growing up. And then later on down the line, and they're fighting, her and Jack are fighting this big ass creature, and they think they're about to die, and all of a sudden they start fucking, no,
spoiler, he was naked for one.
Yeah, these little leech things tore her clothes. Jack was like, "You're naked."
And then he was acting all weird, and he was like, what's
wrong with you? He was like, what's wrong with you? Privates are private.
Yeah.
Privates are private.
But anyway, the thing with IE is, we've seen it before. It's so cliche. But my problem is, how is IE able to take on that whole army that killed up when they were at that mountain?
Yeah, and Jack was, trying to meditate the sword.
Yeah. How the hell did he take out that whole army by herself?
Without any weapons.
Without breaking it, what?
That was crazy.
It
was crazy. It was
like,
good, but it was crazy.
It was like Aki was like the they go on version from the Cell game when he went Super Saiyan 2 with it Cell Ass. We all remember that. That's what it reminded me of. Like, for real, you mean they'll be that one person and they got a whole army. Like I told you the other day. That would take like year of training to do that.
Well, we don't know exactly how old she is, but I can assume she's like 20.
But that don't mean anything. Like that
it's not humanly. But I mean, it's not humanly possible. Remember when I think episode was that 4 when they were fighting these little kid monsters and shit.
Yeah, like a low way, Aki.
You know, and then she was getting electrocuted. She got like super pissed somehow. Got unnatural focus.
I think Dragon Ball represents what Zenkai boost.
Yeah, the Zenkai boost or some shit. You powering through getting electrocuted. Okay.
That's my problem with Aki.
You know, but. So then, like, they continue to at the end of the episode, where you probably know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you probably know.
You probably know they make out.
Yeah, apparently, I guess they do it like when
off camera.
When it me and Aaron, like when we were watching it at our houses, we were like, really, we're not baby anymore, guys. We know what it is.
We know what's going on.
We know what they did. Why y'all had to...
I mean, they were leading up to that the whole episode. Like, why is something poking me? Oh, that was so funny, man. I mean, but like, don't get me wrong. I feel like that's realistic. That's good. That's good. That's one of the good things they did right in this season. But just the way now we start getting into the whole rant part 2 part where we're gonna really go in for the win.
Yeah. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, ahead.
Okay, so now we're gonna fast forward into who the fuck is calling me? Now we're gonna get into the whole later on, like when they did the whole Scaramouche shit. He told Aku and shit. So now then we get to the Guardian.
Yeah. Apparently there's no body.
You see, one thing I don't understand is like because the Guardian beat the living shit out of Jack.
Yeah.
I mean, beat the living shit out of him, like, outshot him, outfought him with weapons, physical combat, just dominated and broke the living shit out of him.
I haven't seen nothing like that since when Goku first fought Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z.
Whooped his ass. Like, knocked him. He was unconscious, was about to flatten the motherfucker with a big ass rock, and the portal was like, woo! And he was like, oh, I understand.
But our issue, along with everybody else, is like with our theory is like, where's the body?
See, but that's another problem because back in I think it was called Jack and the Time Traveling Creatures, they showed Jack in the time portal. He was like all king, had his big ass beard, looking all badass, looking like a Roman, like what was that, like a Spartan? He's like, yeah, I had a crown on his head, like, yeah.
But remember,
big ass badass.
But remember what did Ethan? Apparently they wrecked on that, right?
I guess it really did because it never happened. I mean, you fast forward 50 years into the future and Jack does not age. But you see, the problem is later on in the season where he goes to find that time portal with the Guardians. I knew something was bad because there was no glow.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of know. I'm like, oh shit, something ain't right. Because it was like a barren wasteland.
Yep.
It was like sandy. It was like this bare wasteland when there used to be like lush jungle in there. So I kind of knew that the portal, but we already knew Aku was the only one that could have took him out.
Right. Nobody else in that fucking timeline can take him down. Not even
No, because I mean, this guy had been fighting Pacific Rim-sized kaiju fighting sized monsters for millennia, probably thousands of years. He said eons.
Right.
That's like tens of thousands of years you've been fighting these robots and anybody else.
All right, let's get back to the rant. What else? What else we didn't like? Oh, we didn't like how basically it fucking said, fuck you, Doc, man. Like, then his laser beam from
He's like, I think you're lost, old man. Bitch, you know what the fuck this is?
Even though he wrote it in front of him.
He roasted the shit out of him. I gotta admit, that was pretty funny.
But I didn't like how they killed him. Like, they could have used him, like...
I mean, they didn't even fight. He's being pushed in the battle with by one of his daughters in a wheelchair with his little minigun sword.
Like,
really?
Really? That the fact you could have done for the job, man, that everybody, like, favorite character? Like, really?
You know, look. For each and every year that Samurai Jack was gone, all you had to do is like get your little art buddies together and draw up 2 episodes per year. If you drew up 2, if you're gonna be Gennady Tartakovsky
or retard, sorry.
Look, if he drew 2 episodes per year, that Jack was gone. So I think that was about 13 years.
Yeah.
The season would have been 26 episodes.
And it would have made more things. It would have filled in a hole in the gap. But you didn't even do that.
You know, and I just because like I said, and then they had the whole part where Jack was meditating to get his sword and shit, and then Ashi's mom came in. They started fighting and dueling out and shit, and then she tried to go for an attack. She jumped over her and tried to stab him, and Ashi picked up an arrow and impaled her through the stomach, and she fell off the cliff. Come on, man!
But you didn't even hear the flat.
You didn't.
You know, from the cartoon back in
the old
days.
days, you know. I mean,
no, to me and Aaron, we like, no, that bitch ain't dead.
And we never saw her again.
No, that still you need probably somewhere around, like find her fade or something.
But now we get to the final episode.
Yeah, what bit me a fuck off.
I just felt like this was way too much wasted potential.
It was rushed, in my opinion.
It was completely rushed.
You didn't tell from the moment it started to the end.
He got it. He got the opening part right where he had the original opening. Everybody was watching it. That was good.
Yeah.
That was very good. And they watched the same opening we saw. But then you start talking about, nah, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker. Oh, what weapon do I want to use?
You could in the 20 minutes or almost 30 minutes of Aku trying to fit what weapon he could have used, and then to do it to himself. He was like, he looked at the TV for a minute, and then he was like, oh, I forgot you were standing there.
Okay,
What are you doing?
And then of course they do the whole thing where where Aku controls her body and she starts fighting and she unlocks this demon monster form. And then, of course, in the final episode where everybody's fighting, all of Jack's friends are fighting Aku and shit, and then Jack breaks out, goes for the sword, he starts fighting Ashi, and she starts fighting her inner darkness, and she kind of like with the Aku infection episode where he fought when Aku infiltrated his body and took it over.
Yeah.
You know, he broke out of that. The same thing kind of happened, but of course he's like, Ashi, I love you. And then of course that she takes control of it. I'm like, really?
And then, yeah, I was like, Ai, you had Aku power. Oh right, I do. And then
she started fighting Aku laser beam for laser beam. I'm like, really?
Yeah, my reaction, I'm like, really?
like really, that was our reaction, and I just really felt
like, you took all that time for that episode to do that shit.
And then this is what really starts to piss me off, because then the next spoilers for the ending. I guess you haven't seen it. She's usually Jack says, Ashi, you have Aku's powers. And she's like, you're right. And then she reaches all the way over here, grabs Jack's sword, as Aku put on a podium away from everybody. She grabs it, and then she opens a time portal with her, just like Aku sent, like the one that Aku sent Jack into the future with. And then, of course, she goes back with Jack into the past. And right back to when Jack got, somehow, how would you know what era he comes from?
Yeah, they like, that would pick me up like, so Aku spoiler thing, and I'll eat back to the past, and then
No, he didn't send them. She sent herself and Jack to the past.
I thought, well, it don't matter. But then what picked me off, out of nowhere, Jack was able to come back along with I eat play I was like,
yeah.
Wow, but how do you know exactly where to pinpoint where Aku is? He sent y'all back to I sent y'all back to the past.
I mean, Ashi, but how would Ashi know? I know she's a part of Aku, but how do you know how far back you have to go? They never explained how much farther Jack got thrown into the future.
And I get a lot of her powers. Like, that don't make any sense.
I'm like, that's like mastering Super Saiyan 3 when you just by seeing it. It doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
And then we get to the really bad part. The part where, okay, so basically I feel like that was a lazy way to have him go back to the past. But see, there's a big problem here. When you go all the way back into the past to change something, basically he caused all of his friends, his allies, his people that he saved over the years, he's caused them to no longer exist.
No, that timeline, all that stuff we saw,
all of
that
it.
Stuff we been through with them. No character, no longer.
They're not. I guess you can't say they're dead, but it's like they no longer exist. Scotsman, his daughter. Well, if they do exist, I mean, it's not the same Scotsman. He doesn't know Jack at all. If he's even alive.
Yeah. So if Jack would have went back,
everything would have been different.
Right. Y'all would have been like, who the fuck are you all over again?
Yeah, it's like, oh, who are you? Why are you running around wearing a kilt and a bathrobe?
Like the first time.
Walking around in the bathrobe. I mean, I just really felt like that was just a cheap excuse to have him go back. Because, like I said, I mean, their whole romance needed work. They need to flesh that shit out. You know, there needed to be times where there needed to be more of when they're both in danger and he saves her and then she saves him. There needed to be more of that. And I really felt like it did. And then, like, going back into the past and slaying Aku, somehow she goes right back to the point where Jack, immediately after Aku sent him into the future, he comes back.
So apparently, when they get back to the past, apparently, Aki was like, it was then.
That was insulting but see, that's even more things that we haven't seen, because after they destroyed Aku and Jack's timeline, she's like, I felt Aku leave me. But you see, the problem is Aku controls everything. He destroyed Jack's home little town and village and that little kingdom and stuff. And then it's like they magically fast forward. You don't show Jack hooking up with his parents again. It takes time to rebuild the whole kingdom and shit. It takes time. It takes years.
And remember how I told you how in the first episode, and how you told me they look
old, especially his father, because his father was working him harder than everybody else, and as a slave in one of those little mines and shit. He had an old white scraggly beard,
and his mother had right here.
You know, and then all of a sudden
they look
young again because Jack decides he wants to marry Ashi and shit. And but it takes time. I'm pretty sure this happened over a course of numerous years that it took to rebuild that kingdom that Jack came from.
You can't get over a problem with him bit like that.
No,
I don't stop it, but it's little at that I don't know, or then Detroit. You know how long they wanted to recover Tokyo with that from 1954 in the movie?
Or it would take Detroit years to recover from Godzilla. Yeah. You know, like I said, and then what about Jack's psyche? He's a 20, I think we can assume he's around the age of 20, but he's a 20-year-old, but he has the experience of a 70-year-old man, because he's been in the future for 50 years. So pretty much he's a 70-year-old man trapped in a young man's body.
Nah, I don't get that.
I didn't really understand that, because really, if Gady really wanted to really be realistic, the moment he went back to his time period, age would have caught up with him like this.
Yeah, like him and the period and everybody else. That don't make no sense. That's why I'm pissed.
You know what I mean? But that's how Gady wanted to do it, and I just really feel like we deserved better.
Yeah, 10 motherfucking episodes, really? 10?
10?
It could have been, I don't know.
It could have been 26 if he worked on 2 per year. Jack was gone.
Yeah, we're making 50 episodes.
Because that way we would have had time to cement that little clan that, the daughters of Aku and shit. We would have had time to cement who they are. They explain what they're about. I mean, the lore for them is weak.
Or they could have explained what how was looking for his lore where you
and then what really bothered me was that finally he decides to marry her. She is literally in her little wedding gown, kind of like how Sakura, what's her name? Not Sakura, but Hinata looked at Naruto. She was walking down the aisle, getting ready. He was all happy and giddily, and then all of a sudden, spoilers. She that tells him, without Aku, I would have never existed, and then just disappears. That, you know what that could do to somebody?
Make you up.
That will fuck you up. This is somebody who you fought. You literally thought you were gonna die, and y'all helped each other live and shit. And now she just disappears.
Oh, really? That's another theory for another video. But I really think, would crazy. You really think?
Yeah, because I really think he did. Because why do you think his hair was all long and wild? I mean, we don't know how long it had been after that happened.
Honestly, he had a mental breakdown.
Of course, you've been in the future 50 years. You finally get a woman that you get a woman that loves you for who you are and literally fell in love with, and you decide to marry, and all of a sudden she just disappears. Doesn't even die.
But in order her to live, he is bonded by your enemy. That's fucked up.
It is. I mean, getting to say the ending was to be bittersweet, but I think that was just outright insulting.
That was rushed.
It was rushed. It was insulting.
But I think that's good enough. What you think?
I feel like we've covered everything.
Yeah.
Again, D. Tartakovsky.
No, Anthony retard.
Yeah, whatever he said. Yeah, I mean, like, I just really feel like this ending was unsatisfactory. There were too many. It's unacceptable. There were too many plot holes in here. There's too much. The lore suffered from this, and I just really felt like fans of this show, we deserve a hell of a lot better.
I don't mean to cut you off. The seventh daughter of my aunt, that art could have been done better.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you showed them getting their mother giving birth to them. All of that shit could have been done better. I mean, I just really felt like it was. I guess the title of the video could be wasted potential.
Or
10
motherfucking
episodes. Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, we deserve better.
That art is. What about y'all?
What do you guys think? Do you guys think that the Samurai Jack ending was acceptable? Do you think it was okay? We don't. But what do you think? Leave your opinion down in the comments. Subscribe. We like our video. We read the comments. We hear what you guys have to say.
We love y'all and have a safe Memorial Day weekend.
All right. What he said. Take it easy, y'all.
All right.